Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nashville Super Speedway for another race of the PMU Cup Series. I'm Chen, lead commentator for today. We got an exciting guest commentating team today. We got Wright Sr, got David Dixon, we got Owen Scott, and we got Saber Fox all up in the booth today. If anyone have anything to say before we start?
Yeah, it's going to be a great day of racing here at the Nashville Speedway. The first race of the playoffs, the round of 16. Got a lot of guys entering, but there's going to be a lot of guys below that cut line that they're not going to want to be under. So we're going to see who that is.
Right. So we're starting off the round of 16. 16 great drivers in the playoffs today. I believe everybody in the commentating room today, except for Saber Fox, I believe, are in the playoffs. So that's going to be interesting to see how our days go on track today. As we see now the full playoff field. Jack Hallec right now is the regular season champ with 5,035 points in the chase. And then it's Tom Sheridan, Drew Walker, Owen Scott, alrighty Alejo, David Dixon, Olivia Reynolds, Jerry Chen, Zach Campbell, David Scott, Wright Jr., Leland Hill, Wright Sr., Flores Jr., Meeks, and Jackie Daytona.
A lot of those guys are actually looking to win their first championship, but there's also some of those guys in there is trying to win their third or second championships too. So I believe every champion is in the playoffs this season.
I believe so. So you already know this is going to be a very, very interesting playoffs. Just the sheer caliber of drivers that are in here. We got drivers trying to prove themselves, and we got drivers that are proven to be some of the best to get in a race car. So it should be really interesting. And what do you say we get qualifying underway?
Yep. You know, this pole is going to be really important. You know, Nashville's not one of those tracks where you just get passed every second. It's going to be one of those tracks where you need track position to stay up front.
For sure. Interesting to see how the different cars set their times here. Obviously, we got Chevys, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. And I feel like this year, Chevrolets have generally been fast this year. But it'll be interesting to see here in Nashville. Relatively flat track, not a ton of banking here in Nashville. So that will affect how the cars will handle here, of course.
Yep. Nashville hasn't had that many cautions over the past few races that we've done here, but we can definitely expect to see a caution today. with the playoff and it being the first race of the playoffs, and a lot of those guys know with the next two coming races, Daytona and Knoxville, that it's not going to be easy.
Sure.
Because those two tracks, one of them we haven't even raced at, and Daytona is always going to be a threat to wreck cars and all that good junk. So it's going to be one of those days where you get one of your clean races in, and this might be a game changer here, even as the first race of the round.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good drivers get washed out due to unfortunate races in the playoffs. So you really want to make sure you get a good result here in Nashville while you can, because once we get to Daytona, that's when things get wild and you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, it looks like we've got qualifying wrapped up. We're going to see who starts on the pole.
Wow, Nick Tander starts on the pole. That is not a playoff driver. Zach Campbell second. Big is third. Leland Hill Jr. fourth. David Scott is fifth. Alex Miyazaki sixth. Irvin seventh. Wow, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Caker? Eighth. Meeks ninth. Jonah Norwich 10th. Daytona 11th. Blake Parker 12th. Dylan Hayden 13th. Patrick 14th. Thompson 15th. Sheridan 16th. Russell 17th. Ormond 18th. Junior and senior starting at 19th and 20th. That's not a great qualifying for them. Hallec 21st. Hill 22nd. Drew Walker 24th. Drew Walker 23rd. Benz 24th. Chevalier, the new CTM sign-on, 25th. David Dixon 26th. Founder Wilson 27th. Alejo 28th. Leland Hill 29th. Rayon Nami 30th. Jerry Chen 31st. Wow, what a qualifying. Roberto Crown Jr. 32nd. Henry J. Brown 33rd. Owen Scott 34th. And then we got Rame coming up at 35th. I believe Riley Hill is behind him. My screen is blinking. Olivia Reynolds 37th. Saber Fox 38th. Nicholas Wright 39th. Flores Jr. 40th. I believe that's Rame 41st. And Xander Howell starting last in the 66 car in 42nd place.
And there is a lot of playoff guys in the back of the pack. A lot of them.
Not a great qualifying session for our playoff drivers. That will be interesting to see how they rebound now.
Hey, well, and this is a win and you're in format. So Zach Campbell, David Scott, they could just have one good race, win the race, and they'd be locked into the round of 12.
Exactly, and we got some of the drivers, Zach Campbell, like you mentioned, a lot of people have him as a first-round exit, but now he's put himself in such a good position to be able to maybe win this race and potentially get in that merit. So that will be really interesting for him. If I were him, I'll try my best to get into the lead early and hold on to that lead and try to win, because that is going to be my best chance of getting into the next round of playoffs and maybe win a championship for myself.
Yep. It seems like Ford and Toyota are really strong here in terms of qualifying.
We can see right here, just in the picture, the first four cars got 3 Toyotas and a Ford. Not a lot of Chevys up front.
It's definitely going to be one of those tracks where the Chevy might not do so well in terms of aerodynamics and just the speed of the car in the corners.
Yep.
Pace
Pretty
car
shocked
is out.
on.
You go ahead.
I'm pretty shocked on RSI's speed over the last couple weeks. They've shown up in qualifying, but just haven't been able to start the race and finish it top 10. Maybe even get a win.
They always seem to get involved in wrecks, and it's mainly been that 26 car that gets up front. But during the middle of the race, they kind of fall back, and I think that's the problem with RSIE, is that they have strong pace for qualifying, but in the race, it's just not there.
It's just not their thing.
Oh, here we go, off the final turn. And the pace car is in, and they're about to see the green flag as we get underway here for the first race of the playoffs.
Green flag is out here at Nashville Super Speedway. He's immediately car on the inside. He gets a huge advantage. Hallec seems to be fading back just a little bit. We got both cars that started on the inside. The first two cars that started on the inside almost took over the spot here. But now here comes the 44 back, trying to get that position back. Shoots down to the inside. Not quite right here. See, in the back of the field, they're going 3 wide in the back of the field. Almost 4 wide. Oh my god, that is a risky move to be making that early on in the race. It looks to be the 4 of Alejo that's making that move right there. That's not the smartest thing I've ever seen.
That outside really rolls well towards the end of the corner.
Back up front in the field, we can see that it is still, I believe, a 78. I can't tell the number.
The 75 is still up front, the 44 in second, and that's still in Hayden, I believe, trying to get into third. Still 2 wide further back in the pack as Nick Tander's starting to get a little gap on the second.
I think Nick Tanner is the only car in the field right now that's been able to pull away a little bit. You see that the 44 tried to challenge him in the first lap, but he's in a battle of his own. The auto owner's car trying to take that positions away from the 44 too.
Oh yeah, excuse me, that was not Dylan Hayden, that's Leland Hill Jr.
Leland Hill Jr. getting a bit of a run. Looks like the Toyotas are really strong here today. Down on the inside, not enough. Now the 44 fires back.
That only Chevy up there in the 31, Enes Kakir, is fighting. So he puts his way into third.
Looks like that car's really fast.
Oh my god. On the 18.
It's an aggressive move on the 18 by the 31. Works though, and he takes the 44 with him. Up front though, it is still the 75 with a convincing lead. Nick Tander right now.
31 looking under the 44, but the 44 is going to cut it off there.
Would seem as though that gives the 44 a pretty nice boost though, almost to the bumper of the 75. Highline's not going to work for him, it seems. If he gets to the inside of that 75, Nick Tander, he might just have a shot. But here comes the 31.
Enes Kakir has won a race before. He's looking to win another one. He won one last season. Hasn't won any this season. In fact, he's pretty low in points.
To me, it looks like there's a very sensitive line on the track. Because you see right now, that 31 car, he entered the track at the really low point, of the racetrack, and that killed his momentum. But if you go too high, as you can see the 44's been doing a little bit, you can't get past the guy in front of you. So to me, it looks like there's a very delicate balance of where you can be on this racetrack in order to get a good run to overtake the driver in front of you.
Yeah, and you see the 31's going to dive it under the 44 here. The 44 is going to slide up a little bit. Here comes the 85 right behind the 44, and that's going to give him a little push down the back.
31 definitely gained an advantage there, but the 85 is helping the 44 out now. So I don't know if he was able to hold on to that. 44 cuts down to block the 31.
While all this is happening, Nick Tander is loving it. He's pulling away. And the issues here for Eddie Flores, one of the playoff drivers, way beyond the pack.
Oh, that is unfortunate for Flores.
Seems he had a problem, went down pit road.
I'm going to go ahead and assume a loose tire for Eddie Flores. That's not the way you want to be starting your playoffs. Actually,
no, it is not.
Yeah.
For a guy that's not signed on next season. No, it doesn't look like it was the tires.
I'm curious at what happened to that car. He went down, maybe just a splash of fuel. Is there something wrong with that car? We don't know, but all we know is he's not having a good day. Nick Tander's still up front, but it looks like Kakir has got past. Actually, 44's falling back a little bit. He's now trapped on the outside of a 3 wide situation over here. That is unfortunate for that driver.
44 having some issues, and look at Trayshawn Meeks moving his way up through the field.
Now we see a little bit of shakeup in the field now.
Angelina Patrick, the fourth.
Oh, we talked about how Chevrolet doesn't seem to be good, and now look at that. They're all making their way back up.
They are, and Jonah looking under the 31 for second. Another guy, these two guys, well, really these three guys up here in second, third, and fourth have not provided a really good season.
Yeah, but right now, it seems like it's Nick Tander all the way up front in that one Toyota, and then 3 Chevrolets battling for second place.
And you know it's heartbreak for Nick Tander because he came into Homestead having a chance to get into the playoffs, and it's going to be bittersweet if he can win this one.
Sure. Well, Nashville's one of those tracks that a lot of first-time winners are made here. In fact, I won my first race here at Nashville. So we see a lot of drivers getting a break here, but being the first round of playoffs, if a non-playoff driver wins it, especially a driver like Tander who had a chance, that for sure is going to be a bittersweet moment. But hey, a win's a win. I'll take it.
Yeah, a win is a win no matter how you see it, and it's always going to be on your record.
Now we can see there's some nice separation in the front pack right now. Tander convincingly in the lead, and then second is Kier. But after that, it's still a dogfight for third place.
The highest playoff driver right now is Trayshawn Meeks, the former champion, last season champion, looking to defend his title.
Back of the field looks chaotic as ever. So too wide basically everywhere in the back of the field. A lot of playoff drivers back here not having the greatest of days. See some drivers making up some spots, but up front it's still...
Look at that 31 close in through the center of the corner.
Looking at that leaderboard right now, it seems as though... Yeah, not a lot of playoff drivers making huge moves.
It looks like Christian Russell has retired from the race.
Oh, yeah. Engine blowout, I see, apparently, I believe. The camshaft issue.
Camshaft issue for... Oh, look
We
at the
got
31 trying to
battle
make
for a lead.
First time anybody's been able to challenge Nick Tander, and of course, the 31 of Kier right now. See if we can make a stick. He went for the low line. We know that's a risky move, especially entering 1 and 2. Low line can kill all your momentum. But if you can just get it done right. And there it goes. There goes the momentum. He gained massively. Now that's all gone. The entries of 1 and 2. See if we can make something happen before.
Yeah, he's going to have to gain all that back, and he's got Trayshawn Meeks moving up to third behind him. You know Trayshawn wants to lock himself into the next round. He wants to defend his title at Auto Club.
Here he goes again. Here goes the Kier again. 31 car trying to make a move. Again goes for the low line. This time it actually works. He pushes the 75 up the track a little bit.
It's going to stick, but it's
be a little faster. But 31 is still right there. I don't believe they're clear yet. Here comes that Dodge of Trey Meeks, the number 2 car. Still on this quarter panel is the 31 and the 70, 75. Once again, he's going to be on that low line entering 1 and 2. That's not been the greatest spot to beat, but on the last lap, if you see, if they're close enough, he's able to push that 75 up the track, and that might give him an advantage. Like he's doing right now, he's trying to push the 75 up the track, make him lose grip just a tiny bit. Who's the 2 car going to help now? 2 gets to the bumper to 31, but 75 cuts down to block. And that will be the end of that battle. Looks like 31 will not get it done here.
Oh, he's getting a little run into 1 and 2 here.
There's just not much. There's just not enough track to make a pass, it seems like.
He's picking low. He's got the 2 going with him. Will that be enough to finally pass the 75?
His best chance is right here and going into 3rd and 4th. He has a low line, which seems to be working better in 3 and 4 than it is in 1 and 2. 75 is no help, and 31 has a 2 behind him. Once again, down the low line. I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Eddie Flores is caught up with the pack, and he's edged ahead.
And look at the 26 car. Look at the RSIE car go.
And the 31 for the first time this race, Enos Kakir is up front, but here comes the 75 back on the outside.
Who will lead this lap? It's 75, it seems like. It's the only person that I've seen today that's been able to challenge a 75 car. I believe those 2 cars are the fastest on or the best cars on track right now, not necessarily in terms of fastest lap.
Almost contact there. I think there might have been contact. The 31 looked like he got into the quarter panel there as we're almost 3 wide for the lead.
That's some great racing up here. First 4 cars under a blanket. 26 car, a bit quiet. Oh my god, that huge shuffling going on. 2 car shuffles, a 31 up top. Me saying I want that first spot. That puts a 31.
What a move.
Yeah, for sure. That puts a 31 in a position that he doesn't want to be in.
And now the 2, we know how fast he is. He's been working through cars. Can he finally pass the 75?
You can see Trey Meeks here testing out the lines.
Yeah, you can see that 75. He enters high and rolls the bottom really well. Something other drivers can't do. And then on the outside, he can still roll very well.
I believe that just has to do with arrows of this track. If you're in the lead, if you have clean air, that's going to allow you to do what the 75 is doing right now, entering high and then rolling down low.
Oh, here comes the 2. He's got underneath the 75.
On the bottom.
Oh, but the 75. 75 is going to cut that off. Look
at that. Through the corner, the 2 car is able to keep up with the 75 much better than the 31 was. Between 1 and 2, the 31 would fall back big time down that low line, but the 2 has been able to keep up pretty well. He closes in even more here coming into 3 and 4.
Yeah, look at Zach Campbell fighting his way back up after losing a lot of spots. And the 52 all over the 44's bumper.
52's made his way up here.
I believe the 52 is that is not Tari.
No, it is not. It's being filled in by
Nathan Ormond, I believe.
Nathan Ormond in that 52 car.
Who will be signed next season. He is a rookie, confirmed next season, but he's making his first start today, and he's in the top 10.
26 car. Look at that. The 26 is going for a move now.
26 on the move.
With the 2 car. Look at that.
But you see how they stall out when they get side by side next to each other, and the 75 is pulling away.
I think the arrow on the track is really giving the leader an advantage. That's why the 75 has been able to do things that he's been doing today, holding off everybody who's trying to challenge him.
Well, I see Sheridan back there working his way up.
I believe all of these drivers are going to have to pit at least once, right? I believe.
3 wide.
Oh my god!
I believe they're gonna have to pit once or twice.
Sticking his nose in there. I bet he backs out wisely.
Oh, here comes the 2 car now. Got a huge run. Gonna be able to clear that 75, entering 3 and 4. He stalls out. This is what I'm talking about. These cars that are trying to challenge for the lead, they have to enter the low line because Nick Tander is doing such a good job at defining the middle line and the high line. And if you enter the corner on that low line, you're going to stall out. Oh my god, almost contact there between the 26 and the 2.
This is why I said that track position is so important. And look at Sheridan back there just past Campbell.
Sheridan's making moves.
And Nick Tander is gapped second. Eddie Flores is caught up. So we know that 24 is a fast car since he was like a few seconds back off the pack, but he hasn't made any passes.
He is down a lap though.
2 on the inside. I don't believe that's going to work for him. It doesn't. I I don't see any way anybody's gonna be able to pass the 75 car the way that they're racing right now, because the low line's just not working, and the high line. Well, I don't think anybody's tried the high line yet, but I doubt anybody will pass this at least.
Well, when push comes to shove, Jerry, you might need to use the bumper.
Yeah, I cannot rule that out. I think the best chance for anybody if they want to pass the 75 car is they have to use some sort of strategy. I don't
Oh, well,
believe.
look at the stall on the low line there. A bunch of cars just went past on the outside up front. I believe that was the 52 stalling out that low line, and I saw Sheridan and Miyazaki go by.
I don't think the
Oh,
low
they
line
haven't
has.
gone by yet.
I don't think the low line has enough grip for anybody to be able to hold it.
Side by side for the lead, entering one. We've seen how this has gone. The 2 has a run. He might get clear here. I think he is clear.
Meeks
First time-
finally clear.
I'm gonna eat my words here. The 2 has gotten past the 75 on track, not with strategy, just by being fast. Now the 75 is on the high line, and the 26 is gonna challenge for that spot. Oh, look at that! Trey Meeks, like the 2-time champion that he is, blocks as soon as he gets into the lead. He blocks the 75, makes sure he can't gain it back. And now the 75 has a 26 inside of him, so there's not much he can do. Wow, but now the 75 battles out the outside. They're side by side now. On the backstretch. Entering 3 and 4. 2 cars still in the lead. 75 rolls the high line. 26 following a 2 car. He's going to try to block the 75.
And what a brilliant move from Meeks.
Those last 2 laps here, that pass is why Trey Meeks is a 2-time champion, one of the all-time greats. He made a line and been able to make work, and he made it work, and he made a pass.
And as we watch Meeks pull away, just looking back at the last 4 races at the Nashville Superspeedway, Meeks has won 2 of the 4.
Wow.
Well, that was certainly a stat I did not know, but here comes the 75 back on the bottom. The 75's not quitting. But now the 2's going to be the one that can roll the outside better.
Using the same move that Tander used early on in the race. And now Meeks trying to gap the 75.
And Railfan Motorsports is not going to be here next season, but what a team they have made in these short 2 seasons. Won the championship last season with Trey Meeks, and now they got 2 cars in the playoffs, and Meeks is looking to lock himself into the round of 12.
Almost had a third with...
Wonder.
Look at him. He has been able to make a gap.
And what a run Miyazaki's having today. Up inside the top 10. I haven't seen that in a while. He has the most DNFs in the league with 33. Owen Scott's not far behind him, though. Owen Scott has 31 DNFs compared to Miyazaki's 33.
Owen Scott, great driver, maybe not the most consistent.
And look who's right behind Miyazaki here, the 11 is Solomon Sheridan.
Sheridan is the team owner. Obviously, that team is rebranding, and Sheridan has sold it to Olivia Reynolds next season. But you got to wonder if Sheridan's giving him the order to get out of the way. And look at this, the 26 Toyotas working together trying to get past Meeks, but it's still not enough.
I think an advantage that 2 car has right now is he's tried to pass the 75 so many times. Every single lap, he sees exactly where the 75 goes. He sees when he tries to make a move how the 75 defends, and now he's using that exact same trick, the same things that the 75 did to him, back to the 75 now that he's in the lead.
You got to wonder if it's messing with the nose of the car and making it tight on the bottom. 26 all over the 75's back bumper. we are expecting to see pit stops around lap 40 to lap 45. I'd assume that would be the range that they can go on fuel. And who knows, if we see this go green all the way, we don't know if we'll see pit stops at the end of the race.
Well, another thing that I want to bring up, though, is that car, I believe it was Flores Jr., who pitted early in the race. Would he need to pit again, or might he be set for the rest of the race?
I believe so, because I'm not sure how early he pitted, but if he pitted around lap 3, I'd say no, because you have a bunch of fuel in the car, and I don't think that much would get you the rest of the way. But we'll just have to see. Eddie Flores is a lap down, I believe. But when pit stops come around, you never know. And we got to watch out for who does the undercut and the overcut, because the undercut could be very useful to gain a lot of positions, especially if no one's on pit road. A lot of mess back here. Drew Walker's back here. He has nowhere to go. Alejo's back here. Leland Hill's back here, I believe. Those are some playoff drivers there. Owen Scott, Olivia Reynolds, Cam Wright Jr. still back here. This is going to be really close after this race in terms of points, with all these drivers being behind in the top 30.
For sure. That's going to be something interesting to watch out for 100%, is how the points stack up with, because you see there are drivers like Trey Meeks, obviously, but other drivers that are running up front. But most of the playoff drivers seem to be having a little bit of trouble today.
Yeah, and the 75 just had another crack at it, but Meeks threw a pretty nasty block there. Lost all the 75's momentum.
All we know.
And today we could see an upset win with Nick Tander scoring a win, or maybe Aditya Bagas, or I believe that's his name, the 26 car, scoring a win today.
That would be the first RSIE win, wouldn't it?
It would be, in a long, long time.
Remember a few days ago when the rumors came that Junior was going to move to RSIE, many commented it would be career suicide. If RSIE can get that win today, that will shut everybody up. And here comes 75 on the inside now.
Yeah, 75 looking again.
He actually gets a nose ahead. 2 drives all the way up, and see, that low line just doesn't seem to work.
I think what Trey Meeks did when he passed the 75 is he really sent it in to make the 75, worry that he was going to run into him. So the 75 may have got off the gas a little bit more than he should have.
I believe so.
Because Meeks entered the corner. Yeah, because Meeks entered the corner and got his nose ahead, and that's when he had the 75. But we got a battle for second, and maybe the 26 can finally pass the 75. Maybe those tires are starting to fall off.
Once again, on that low line, the 26 will make it work. It seems like he does. Pulls ahead.
Yeah, I was expecting pit stops here, but I guess I was wrong. Oh, but that low line, again, you get right on that little yellow line at the bottom there, and it just loses your momentum.
The only way to pass on the low line is if you use the high line, the car on the high line as brakes, or you threaten to use them as brakes.
Yep. But that's how, like I said at the beginning of this race, track position is so important here.
Looking once again at the leaderboard, we see some drivers have been making a steady climb. Junior and Senior, Junior's falling back, but Senior's climbed up a little bit.
Terrible day for Drew Walker and Saber Fox, both 39th and 40th, respectively.
Yeah, here we go again. Side by side for the lead. Here comes the 26. He's going to get dragged into this. Where does he go?
Oh my God, they're going to take it 3 wide.
But the 2 is still going to get that run off the corner. not as much as he would have if the 26 had nosed it in there, but
Oh
the 2 retains the lead.
That is the move of a desperate man. 26,
He is hungry
right
for a
on the
win.
At 75. Not letting the 75 back off. 2 still comes in the lead. We almost saw a 3 wide pass with a lead.
We did, and the 26, that would have been one of the greatest moves I've ever seen in my life if he pulled that off.
When you
but
got
you know
Trey
that 20. Yeah, you go ahead.
Trey Meeks are outside. I don't know if I'd be willing to risk it. We know how aggressive he can be. And I don't think the 2 car would have given the 26 the space that he needed to make that move.
Yeah, but as much as Trey Meeks wants to be locked in, you got to think. All the other playoff drivers are way in the back. You're going to get a good day out of this regardless.
That is true.
But this race might come down to pit stops. As long as the 75 and a few other cars can stay up front with the 2. If they undercut him, that might be all she wrote for the 2 car. Depends on what the 2 does. Maybe the 2 undercuts to try and keep that track position.
Well, I don't think anybody else in this field is going to pit until the 2 car peels down the pit road. Who's going to be the first taker of pit road? That's the true question.
And the 85 has moved his way up.
The window is open.
The 75 has not left the rear bumper of the 2 this entire race since he got past. And now the 85, Jonah Burge into 3rd. Here comes the 75 again, looking to make his move.
He's already got a nose ahead. And he didn't enter as low as he did in the first few laps. This might be it.
Can he stay side by side?
Hasn't fallen back much here like he did the past couple of laps. He shoots it in. Oh my gosh. He sends it into 3 and 4. Almost cleared the 2 car. And I think he's not quite clear yet, but he is in the lead for this lap. Now going to 1 and 2. He has the middle line now. Not as low as he has the last one.
Here comes the 2.
A little bit. Here comes the 85. 2 car back in the lead now after the 75. Trying to pass him a little too desperately. Touched the yellow line there.
Well, let's head down to David on pit road and see what a few of these drivers are thinking about, what strategies they're thinking about. David, you got us?
Yeah, I got you. We've got action happening on pit road, guys. We've got the crews coming out. These guys will be stopping within the next 5 to 10 laps or so.
So are you thinking these teams are going to do the overcut or undercut?
Well, we've got a little bit of a mix of strategy here as the cars start coming down.
Pit stops. Let's see who pitted with that group. I believe I see Trayshawn Meeks leading that pack.
Leaders seem to all have come down. Not all of them, but a few of the leaders have come down.
That is a really congested pit road.
This is crucial now.
Maybe the overcut will work. Who tried the overcut? Nick Tander is going to try the overcut. And Enos Kakir stays on track along with Nathan Orman. The rookie's taking a gamble by staying out on track. I don't know if I agree with this. Alejo.
Really cool.
Well,
contact on pit road.
We've got a wreck on pit road.
Leland Hill got into Xander Howell, and that just went from bad to worse for Leland.
You can see here.
Xander
Howell trying to get in the pit box. Leland Hill had nowhere to go.
And Dark Rain making contact as well on the 27.
Well, let's head back to the live so we can see what's up with the pit stops. So we know where everybody's at.
We can see cars exiting now. I don't know who's in the lead. Especially with them pitting on
Jonah Burridge, what a pit stop. He passes Nick Tander, but here comes the 2 on the track. I don't know if he can beat the 2.
I don't know. I think that that pit strategy might have given to the. Oh, here comes
Side by
85.
side, but the 2's gonna get out. But Jonah Burge up to second with that pit stop, and Nick Chandler falling back to 4th, and Ray Anami up to 5th.
Wow. So it looks like pitting first did work.
We
Now
still
we
got
see,
guys on pit road. The guys with the overcut, Enos Kakir. I don't think he's coming out with the lead, but we gotta see what they gain.
I don't know if they gain much. I don't know if they gain anything, actually.
Oh, Enos Kakir actually comes out with the lead.
Kakir with the lead, exiting pit road. Oh my gosh.
But here comes the 2 on the inside.
That was too close, exiting pit road for Kakir. The overcut did work for him, but now entering 1 and 2.
He's on the outside, though.
On the outside, on the fresher tires.
That's true. He has those fresher tires. Looks like Kakir is now a force to be reckoned with. I don't know. On the inside, oh my gosh, too, really did not give the 31 any space. 31 tried
They
to
do keep it clean off of turn 4.
side by side still. 2 car in the lead for this lap. But
He's
once
got the edge.
31
Still
with the
side by
run.
side. Down the back straight.
Now the 26 to 85. Now they have something to say about this.
Oh, and Meeks sent it in there, but the 31's still gonna get a run.
31 is clear of the 2 car now. That is huge for that 31 car. Now
Enos
he
Kakir
has
to the lead.
26. Oh my god, 26 almost tried for that third wide, or yeah, 3 wide move again.
Enos Kakir with the overcut. Quick pit stop, and he was gone before anyone else even got out of their pit box.
I believe he took 2
4
tires.
Yeah, I feel like he took 2 tires.
2 left sides, I
That was a
believe.
full tire
Did
stop.
he take 2 tires? I think I saw.
No.
That was a full tire stop.
That was a
stop.
That was the quickest pit stop I've seen in PMU history.
what a pit stop by the 31 team.
Wow. That has just changed the outcome of this race. We thought Trey Meeks had this race won, but that pit stop, well, now Trey Meeks is going to contend for it again, obviously, but
did they get all the lug nuts on those tires?
that will be, well, we'll see that later on. Look at Sheridan. Look at the position Sheridan's put himself in.
There's those guys that had contact on pit road. Dark Rain was one of them.
Contact on pit road really put Dark Rain way back in the field.
Was it even Dark
Look
Rain's
at the
fault?
Huge gap between Kakir and Trey Meeks.
31's pulling away, and
Trey Meeks now under pressure from the 85.
the 95 had issues on pit road. Don't know what happened to him. He wasn't involved in that. The junior's behind Leland Middle, so something happened to the 95.
Slow
look
stop,
at-
maybe?
Probably an unscheduled stop.
Side by side for second. Jonah Bird's trying to make it work on the outside. He's going to get a run, and he might clear the 2. He does. Jonah
my
Bird's
God.
clear of the
Awesome.
2, and he's rocketing it down the front stretch. He might make a move into turn 1 and 2. For
I don't
the
know
lead,
where he
Jonah
got
Bird.
that run from, but he has a huge run right now. He forced 31 up the track. Yeah,
Almost
he takes
into the
Where did
wall.
he come from?
The 31 damn near hits the wall.
Clear for 31.
And Jonah Burge to the lead.
23 to go at the line. Jonah Burridge
He
leading at
bullied the
Nashville.
31 out of the lead.
I believe that's the same move that Trey Meeks put on Nick Tander all those laps ago to take the lead. It's just
I don't know if
forcing
the
that.
31 hit the wall or not. I know he came close to it, but the 31's going to bounce back here. See if he's going to pay him back for that. Is he going to race him clean?
Clean for now, but 31 seems to have more. Oh, he does not. He drove him all the way up to the wall. Too close to call who even led that lap.
It was a 31.
31 now, not giving it any space to the 85. Why would he?
Insecure led that last lap by 4 thousandths of a second.
That's way too damn
Still
close.
side by side for the lead. What a race. Sheridan in 5th. He's lurking. Look at the 2.
Man,
This could be a 3-wide situation. The 2's got to run, and the 85 has a run.
2 on a bumper to 31. Or to 2, first help the 31 clear to 85, and then I think about what I do. But again, they're on the low line. I don't think that's going to work for him.
Oh, the 31 blocks the 2 there. I think the 2 was looking low, and the 31 just slammed the door. And the 85 gets back to the lead. And look at Ray Ayanami.
Where did she come from?
15 car. Oh my gosh. This race is whack.
Still side by side for the lead. The 31 looking to take it back.
Under a blanket, they're right on each other's quarter panels. 2 car poking the nose out there.
If I was the 31, I would not cut the 85 any slack at all.
No, I would not either. Considering how the 85 took that lead a couple of laps back.
It was a great pass by the 85, but I think Enos will get it soon. Probably within the next lap or so.
And look at the pack for the lead. Look at everybody that has been drawn in because of all the side-by-side racing up front. And Meeks might get back to second.
31 hit that yellow line, stalled out that run. Now Meeks knows up front. He is currently in second place. I don't know about going to the next corner, though. Good run, some good momentum, but so does Kahir. He is in second place now, clear of Kahir.
The 2 is clear.
Now.
Sheridan up to 4th.
That line completely stalled out there for a second.
You got a bunch of scrambling in the back.
Like a lonely day for Senior.
He might have had issues on pit road.
Now Trey Meeks on the bumper. He's gonna go. You know he's gonna go for that move.
Let's see what he does here in the turn 1.
Ah, that run.
And he
stalls. Stalls out every single time.
Meeks cut him some slack there. He could have forced him up the track.
Make it work. I think as the laps tick down, he is going to go for that aggressive move like the 85 did on the 31.
Here comes the 31 on for 5th on Sheridan. And you know Sheridan wants to win this too. But he just has to get bad stuff. Oh, and the 85 pinched the 2. But here comes the 2. Mistake by Jonah Burridge is going to allow the 2 to be side by side entering 3 and 4. And if the 2 gets the lead, I don't know if anyone's going to touch him.
We got to nose ahead now, still side by side with the 85.
85 leads that lap. Here comes Bagus. Can he do something?
He's going to try to replicate that 3-wide move. Almost. 2 car somehow made that low line work. 2 car actually got
Dead
a run from
even.
that low line. 6 car switches to the low line, helps the 2 car.
And
Easily
the 2 is
85
clear.
with the help of
Trayshawn Meeks
26.
back to the lead.
Immediately puts a gap to second place.
Sheridan give the bumper to the 85 in the back. Don't know what he did with it.
I believe we're gonna go green this entire race. That doesn't mean it wasn't a good race though. Sheridan now.
Sheridan on the outside.
Rocking the outside.
Sheridan's been able to make that outside work better than anybody else. He crosses over into 3rd place, and now almost tries to take 2nd place away from Jonah Burridge. I believe he's gonna make that work. Not necessarily. I lied.
And the 85 is going to get a good run on the 2. He's looking to the outside. Smart move by Burridge. He knows that outside works really well for passing, but the 2 is going to send it in and cut it off.
And here comes the 11.
Sheridan peaking low.
And as Sheridan gets to this inside, we'll make a note. He finished 2nd both of the last 2 races here.
Oh my gosh. These stats are...
He stays side by side. Sheridan has a chance to get the 2nd. He's got to send it here. He can't give no room to the 85.
26 car, best assist of the day.
Sheridan's clear for 2nd. Now we have a race on our hands. 2 playoff drivers up front. No, I think someone's pitting in the back.
And that is the 15 Ray Nami.
That is heartbreaking. Such a good run for that 15 team, and they come down pit road. I'm not sure what for, but let's get back to the lead. We'll see what happens.
Still
Sheridan, I don't know where he's come from, but he's up in the 2nd.
6 tries to make a move though.
Oh, 2 Toyotas working together on the bottom. Sheridan has no teammates up here.
He and her Bagus working together all day.
Baggins might make this work. I think Sheridan got to the outside of the 26, though.
Sheridan's been able to make that high line work though here in the 3 and 4, so I don't know if that actually is a spot that he actually would want to be in anyways.
We are under 10 laps to go.
Meeks still leads. Bagus in 2nd place, trying to get the win for RSIE. Look at that, the first 5-6 cars under a blanket.
Tanner coming back to the lead.
Anderson,
But a Baggins clears for 2nd.
Bagus
7 laps to go at Nashville.
Bagus not going for the lead in the RSIE Toyota. Sends it on Trey Meeks. Not going to be enough. Nick Tander's right there to help him.
2 Chevys working together on the top.
1 Dodge up front, 2 Chevys, 2 Toyotas working with each other. And looks like the 85 just ditched the 12, or just ditched the 11.
Could we see an upset here at Nashville?
I don't know. If I were you, I still have my money on Trey Meeks.
And we do have a lap car coming into the picture, guys.
I don't know if there's going to be enough
Lap
to catch him.
car, I'm not sure who that is. That might be Dark Rain, I think. It is. He has damage to that hood for the pit road incident. And here comes the 26. Uh-oh. Those are that lap car is an RSIE car. Is he going to help his teammate? You never know. We've seen Toyotas work together. Is that lap car going to block Meeks?
I don't know if they're gonna catch that lap car.
I believe it's 4 laps to go. I don't know. But right now, Meeks is just rolling very well right now. Nothing around him. But Sheridan's trying to fight for second. Sheridan really wants to be clear, but he can't. The longer they're side by side, the more Meeks is going to pull away. 3 laps to go. Three wide in the back.
Really messy back in the field, but up front, it's just the Trey Meeks show.
They might catch him on the last lap. They might.
They might catch that lap car on the last lap. I don't know.
It might be 2 to go, I think. Can't tell. We have 2 laps to go.
Yeah, I believe they're certainly going to catch that lap car.
2 laps to go. That 26 has got to close the gap. Sheridan looking like he's out of it.
Who knows if they catch that lap car on this last lap.
Meeks, he's going to see the white flag. White flag at Nashville. Lap car ahead. They might not catch him, actually. Through 1 and 2, he's fine.
And here comes Tander for the third spot.
Tander getting a huge run through the final turn here at Nashville.
It's going to
Lap
be
car
Trey
ahead,
Meeks.
but it's not a problem. And out of turn 4.
Trey Meeks, well, win here in Nashville Super Speedway. I believe
And he's going to lock himself into the round of 12 with his first win of the season.
Wow.
And, that was a great race.
That was an amazing race, especially for the lead. So many people try to pass, but not many of them actually can make it stick on the bottom lane.
And an unfortunate time for Zach Campbell, running up front early, fell right back through the field.
That's really unfortunate for him.
Leland Hill with that side damage from the pit road incident. And the defending champion is going to assure his playoff hopes for another round.
Well, we see a three-peat.
I'm back. How was
Oh,
it? I'm back. So how was it?
it was good.
It was a great race.
Honestly, it ruined the fact that we're supposed to have, at least 1 or 2 cautions. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, so I guess it kind of ruined it.
Well, even without the cautions, it was still a good race because we had pit road strategy. We had a guy get on the lead through the overcut. We had a guy get nearly put in the wall for the lead. And then Meeks made it all the way back and passed for the lead
I guess,
and held on to it.
I guess the best.
It was a
part
good
about,
race.
I guess the best part about it was that pit stop fight going along during the round of pit stop. Leland Hill, basically he had been off his head. Don't know what he was doing and kind of blocked. I think another car. I think. Kind of lost my words here, but yeah, he kind of messed up and then caused kind of a thing down there. So that's all I can think of. The best part of the race. But other than that, I guess it was alright. I mean, it's only better because this is the first round of the playoffs. So yeah, that's all I can say. We can see 2 playoff drivers.
The next 2 races are going to have plenty of crashes.
Well, hopefully it works out. But hopefully I will count my bets on the next race. I forgot what the next race. I think we'll be going back to Daytona. I think I will double check right now.
I gotta head out, but that was a lot of fun.
That's cool, no problem. Hope
Yep.
you
Thank you for commentating, Jerry. Appreciate it.
Yep.
take care.
Yep. Next race is Daytona, and then the cutoff for the round is Knoxville.
Yes, Knoxville, first ever dirt race in the series, and haven't had a test race. I think it's going to be quite gruesome, and
We had a test race earlier.
yeah, exactly.
Olivia, like two cars flipped.
Yeah, as
But
you stated. So, but yeah, yeah, it was a test race. Wasn't that long, but as you can see, well, for those who can remember, what we've learned exactly, I think that race will be a very gruesome race, and I'd say, from my point of view, a very unpredictable race due to the new challenges been set out at the dirt track, because it's a dirt track, obviously. So, but yeah,
we make sure to save the results so you can do the regular season point standings, because I want to see who's the actual champion based on consistency. I know that's going to be Jack Hallec, but it's easier to track stats when you have all of them numbered, and that stat sheet numbers them. So continue to do the points that way, and I'll do the playoff points.
yeah, I will continue to do so. Hopefully, as long as when we go off, when this broadcast go off, I will make sure I will export the results. I must do that, otherwise,
Okay.
I kind of flipped out. So, but
Who
anyway,
got fastest lap?
but I did show you already
Oh, I didn't see it.
before. It was the 72 car, Nicholas Wright, I think that is,
Oh,
on the
okay.
top of the screen, 30.603.
All right. Well, you want to say anything? You don't want to say anything else?
Anyone else? I can probably say a bit. Well, if I can think of anything else.
Yeah, I think Dixon wants to say something.
Yeah, if you want to edit something in, I'm gonna do a burnout video
All right.
because I've got Trey's scheme.
Ah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
he's
Nashville, that'd be cool. Anyway, I guess in that case, is there anything else? I think I'm trying to think of something else as well. Other than that, I guess probably all I can say is let's hope Daytona will be a much better race than this race. I would guarantee so, because it's a super speedway race, the second race at the oval track this season. But yeah, so I guess that's all I can say besides that. So, any final words? In that case, yeah, I guess in that case, because some of us are heading out the VC, so in that case, let's wrap up. And well, thank goodness we went through all this without a break. But let's hope we can probably do more co-commentating in the coming races, maybe. Well, we'll see. Depends if I've got time. But yeah,
I'll do Daytona. Just tell me when Daytona is, and I'll commentate.
no problem. I think I'll need to arrange the time more in advance rather than just start pre-recording the race straight away. So yeah, I'll try and do that if I've got time. No problem. So all right then. As I keep saying, let's wrap up. So thank you everyone for watching today's race, all the co-commentators to help support the race today. Obviously, I wasn't the main focus on commentating, but these guys have done a wonderful job. So thanks to David Dixon, Camera Senior, Saber Fox, Jerry Chen, and I guess that's it. And I think Owen Scott as well was here very briefly. So, but yeah, so thank you everyone for watching this race, and we will see you at the Daytona Pepsi race. Take care everyone, and we will see you all back onto the track very, very, very soon.